Safaree's obsession with his exes Nicki Minaj and Mina is reaching epic proportions. Despite his incessant claims that he's moved on, he can't seem to keep their names out of his mouth. It's almost like he's competing for the title of Hollywood's sassiest baby daddy, and frankly he's winning. Every time we think he's hit rock bottom, he manages to dig even deeper. This time, Safaree's unprovoked shade at Nicki and Erica has him sinking to new depths of pettiness. Why is he so fixated on dragging these women? If you've been tracking Safaree's love life, you already know he's far from ideal boyfriend or husband material. His relationships are notorious for ending in dramatic breakups, and he's made a sport out of trolling his exes long after the split. Seriously, Safaree's behavior is a masterclass in messy, and it's like he's determined to keep himself in the spotlight by any means necessary. So, what's the latest jab he's thrown, and why does he seem hell-bent on keeping these women in his rearview mirror? Let's dive into the drama and see just how low this guy can go. Safaree and Nicki Minaj's 14-year relationship was a roller coaster, and their breakup? Absolutely chaotic. Despite their lengthy history, Safaree decided to air out their dirty laundry on social media, alleging that Nicki was violent towards him during their time together. His attempt to drag her publicly added a whole new level of drama to their already turbulent split. He said, "Remember the night you cut me and I almost died? The police and ambulance had to take me out the crib on a stretcher, and I had to lie and tell them I was trying to kill myself, so they wouldn't take you to jail when things like that start happening more than once. It's time to dip." Nicki then accused him of stealing from her, saying, "You stole my card and told me you thought it was an account with free money that I didn't know about. On God, God will strike you down and more for lying. Stop saying you packed and left on Jesus. You came to my house crying, begging to go with me to Europe, to the EMAs. I said no, dummy." His divorce from Mina was even messier, and he did her dirty. Erica has claimed that he was a Debbie to her 2 kids.
What I'm trying to say is this right here. No, ain't no boo. You need to step up and be a daddy. You need to be a daddy.
If you thought Safaree was going to clean up his act after the divorce, honey, I've got a bridge to sell you. Safaree didn't change one bit. On a particularly messy episode of Love Hip Hop, Mina got hit with the jaw-dropping news about her child support payments. With her caring for the kids most of the time, she expected a more substantial amount. Instead, she found out she was only getting $435 for both children. Erica was livid, and the drama that unfolded was nothing short of explosive.
Are you kidding me? That all of this financial burden with my children is on me?
What?
This is not fair.
When a man shows you who he is, you have to believe him. When anybody shows you who they are, you have to believe them.
Like he doesn't have to pay nothing of it? Nothing?
And it didn't stop there. In another episode, Erica broke down when she revealed that Safaree was barely seeing their kids.
Stop hurting me.
Please.
Especially because you know I really loved you. I'm taking care of our kids. Stop. This hurts me, it drains me, I'm losing weight. But that little boy is so much like you, even though he looked like me.
He got his eyes there.
I'm always gonna love you, we are kids together. But I really deserve a break. My sisters, you guys have helped me down through all of this. For real. It is what it is. Maji misses you. Legend dances every time we play your songs. You may not have a connection, but that's your son.
That last bit really drives. At home, Safaree is the poster child for deadbeat dads totally out of touch with his own kids. He never makes time for them, doesn't pay decent child support, and still had the nerve to bow when she called him out just when you think he couldn't get any worse. His response to Erica's breakdown shows just how much he doesn't care.
At the end of the day, talking right now, it's just a waste of breath. Too much damage has been done. I don't look at her the same. She doesn't look at me the same. And we just gotta find a way to just move on healthy.
For a hot minute, it seemed like Safaree might be trying to step up and spend more time with his kids. But let's be real, he's not exactly in the running for Dad of the Year. Mina has been slamming him all over Instagram, dragging him for his lackluster efforts in caring for their children when he does have them. His attempts to look like a dedicated father just don't hold up under the scrutiny of Erica's relentless social media exposes. And she said, "I've really been sparing you for so long. But enough is enough. You love social media attention, so here it is. You already go months at a time and not seeing these babies by choice. You went 2 months this last go round. You finally pop up at Legend's birthday empty-handed. and never offering to pay half for anything like always you came. For your quick once every few months photo opportunity with them. And bounce you finally decided to get them this past Saturday. Legend came there with his hair braided already clearly. It needed to be taken out, she continued, but me just assuming since the so-called auntie and grandma was in town. My baby would be good, right? How is it no one thought to take my baby braids out and wash his hair, especially since he was in and out a chlorine pool? Safaree, you have no problem making sure you a bad beat all the time. Why can't my babies be dressed and groomed properly like I do for you? When you have them, a part of being a bad bee is really taking care of for your kids, so this is where I draw the line, you know. I can go on for days with all the spiteful is you don't do for your kids, just because you think it's a way to hurt me. But not grooming and properly dressing your kids every time you have them is just honestly despicable. She also posted pictures of their kids' hair, and honestly, it didn't look great. Erica pointed out the messy, unkempt state of their hair and made it clear that Safaree's grooming game was seriously lacking. She wrote, I already be having an eat is how you purposely dress my kids so sloppy and cheap. Because you know that's the one thing I take pride in outside their education. You literally do nothing for them outside of child support. You don't pay for school, you don't pay for healthcare. But you claim you sell at their activities. You don't do anything to chip in to help for their birthdays. You literally skipped out on Christmas and Safaree's birthday altogether this year. What you could at least do when you have them is take pride in that and actually put in some effort. You got all this money, so you tell the world, and you got all these diamonds. But yet why is it when you have your kids they walking around looking like this? Did grandma and auntie not feel the need to grab a cone for your baby, sis? Erica wasn't holding back at all. She relentlessly dragged Safaree through the mud, exposing him as a fraud who portrays himself as a perfect father on social media while allegedly being awful behind the scenes. She said, sis, you finally decided to babysit your kids Saturday, and by Monday, you calling yourself putting them in summer camp. You know I pay $700 a month for their education alone. That's all year round. You know how I am about keeping their minds stimulated. You know I'm big on them having a routine. If you was going to take them to just only put them somewhere random, why not bring them to the school you help me pick out but don't pay for, but really you barely see them as it is, and it's summertime? Why aren't you indulging in your kids you never really see, even though you live 30 minutes away? Why can't they be dressed and groomed properly when they're with you? Instead of addressing Erica's scathing criticisms, Safaree chose to divert the spotlight onto himself. He went on a podcast and lamented how his breakup with Nicki Minaj nearly wrecked his life and career, claiming that it left him blacklisted in Hollywood and struggling to find work.
What would you say your biggest struggle or obstacle you ever had to overcome?
Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat like, I was with Nicki, we broke up, so her fans and certain people, they just wanted it to be like, okay, they're not together no more, him, let him be nothing, let him disintegrate, let him disappear, whatever. But 9-10 years later, 10, 15 TV shows later, a lot of music out later, doors up later, cribs, like, I'm still here. And, you know, some people don't like that. They're like, damn, why still paying attention to this? When me and Nicki first broke up and she got with Meek, and they were like the biggest in the world, and we was all beefing and shit, you gotta think about it, I had two of the biggest people in the world, like, against me. So that made everybody be against me.
Right, the whole industry.
Yeah, so it was like nobody wanted to be next to me. Nobody wanted to like work with me or none of that. So it just made everything harder. And I was like, that was a dark time for me. You know what I'm saying?
That really affected you. Do you wish like you had kept your relationship with Nicki a secret?
Even nobody knew until after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There were rules like you guys, you couldn't like kiss in person or like show affection.
Hell no. That wasn't even a thought.
Erica then commented on this and said, I will forever be embarrassed. I gave sis these incredible beautiful babies. He don't even talk or care about his seeds. This much online or in real life, you'd think Safaree would lay low after getting roasted like this. But nope, he's back to his petty ways. He decided to go after Nicki and Erica's bodies on Twitter, throwing more shade and stirring up trouble. He tweeted, BBLR officially expired and retired. Hit the gym, ladies. It's a new era. Child, the obsession is real here, guys. Fans commented. Nicki really got some good pum cause Safaree is obsessed. Safaree is still obsessed with Nicki, and to be honest, I effing get it. It's Nicki Minaj, I mean the F for real. This whole thing between Erica and Safaree will never not spin me. Guys, he hounded her down, chased her like it was a marathon, and spoke about how he wanted a wife and a family, married her, had babies to then become a deadbeat, and crap husband. The switch is actually demonic. What a hot mess. Safaree's antics have definitely stirred up a storm. What do I all think about his latest drama with Nicki and Erica? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get the conversation going. And while you're at it, don't miss our next video. It's packed with even more juicy updates and explosive details. And don't forget to subscribe and like for more updates. Stay tuned for more content and coverage on this ongoing story.